I know you're not going to believe me when I tell you that this $250 handheld here is actually better than a $1,250 Steam Deck. Now, I'm going to be coming at this from a PC gamer's perspective. $260, you are paying $40 for shipping. So $260 is technically a lie. This is just a marketing tactic. It is never $330. At least from my experience, it has been $250. This is the second one that I ended up buying. So this one here is the 12 gigabyte version, but the 8 gigabyte version runs perfectly fine, dude. Like Game Native and Game Hub run perfectly fine on the 8 gigabyte version. The only reason that I got the 12 gigabyte version is because it was the only one that was available on Amazon. Future self hopping into the video here, ladies and gentlemen, I really quickly wanted to explain why I ended up getting the 12 gigabyte version from Amazon and didn't just grab one from Ane's website a second time. I also want to cover AliExpress. First of all, I just simply gave the 8 gigabyte version to my sister. The main reason I got the 12 gigabyte version, dude, again, it was the only one that was available on Amazon. Unfortunately, Amazon just decided to sell out the moment I began to make a video. However, there's 3 reasons I personally chose to go through Amazon rather than going through Ane's website a second time, because the first one that I ended up getting took 3 months to get to me. I didn't have any issues with my device. I had no problem with my device, so I didn't have to return it. However, I have seen things online where people go through a process of attempting to return a device from Ane, and it is the biggest nightmare that they've ever dealt with. So that's the main reason I just simply went through Amazon. And I also want to clarify the prices that you're going to think are extremely inflated. I paid like $469 for my device on Amazon. This is the 12 gigabyte version. So if I come over here again, $40, so it's 410 bucks. Basically, I paid a $50 premium for my device to get to me in 1 week, not 3 months. For my device to get to me, if anything happened, I wouldn't have to go through Ane's nightmarish return process, which I've never done, but I've seen things online. So that's really the main reason that I went through Amazon. So when you come over here and you go to AliExpress, it is more expensive on Ali. Whoops, I already had one open. So this right here, it's $416. So basically you're paying a $100 premium for AliExpress. I've never had a problem returning anything from AliExpress, and this seller has 98% positive reviews. So it's not like you're getting spamboozled or scamboozled for getting this thing. So you're paying a $100 premium for it to get to you in a few days. It is currently July 8th. It would get to you between July 12th and July 21st. Plus, it's actually in stock. Not in stock, not in stock. The base is actually in stock on Ane's website, which is pretty nice. So anyways, I just simply wanted to hop into the video and explain why I ended up going through Amazon and didn't just get one from Ane's website again. I think I explained everything, which I probably didn't, but that's okay because I'm gonna probably explain myself like 40 times and repeat it anyway. 120 hertz display. It is an OLED display. It looks incredible, okay? So 120 hertz. It is capable of playing games at 120 hertz. Now, I also want to clarify something else. Cyberpunk is not going to run on this thing. I mean, it'll run, but I'm going to describe this, okay? Cyberpunk, not going to run. Call of Duty, not going to run. Battlefield, not going to run. This 3D AAA game, not going to run. Assassin's Creed, not going to run. Like, none of these games are going to run unless you just desperately need to play them at 720p, low settings, at 30 FPS with frame gen enabled. And I know for a fact your eyeballs, I mean, God may have blessed you with eyeballs that actually enjoy that. But at least in my opinion, man, that is not an enjoyable experience. And there's like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of other games that I could actually experience and play on this thing that are just going to run much better and be a much more fun experience. Okay. So all the people that you're seeing online, dude, telling you about, oh, it's capable of running this Cyberpunk game and this Call of Duty game. Yes, at 720p, low settings with frame gen enabled. And yes, 12 gigabyte model. That is this one. However, PC games like Hades, PC games like Alabaster Dawn, PC game, the 2D indie games, or like even like a smaller, not massive behemoth of an open world like Crash Bandicoot or Crash Team Racing or whatever, just like the smaller indie retro style games are going to run perfectly fine on this between 60 and 120 FPS at 1080p, dude. Okay. So I really want you to keep that in mind. Emulation, no brainer, dudes. Like literally any emulator on this thing is going to run perfectly fine, whether it's Switch, whether it's PS2, whether it's GameCube, Wii, and of course, all of the emulators that are inside of RetroArch. Plus, you're going to be able to use things like the CRT Beam, CRT Beam simulator or whatever, I forget what it's called, where you can, it basically takes advantage of the 120 hertz and it reduces the whatever. I don't really know technically. I guess it's kind of like what's Nvidia's thing there? Not Nvidia's like DLSS. Well, technically it kind of does it. It kind of boosts games into 120 frames per second, but it's more like what's the Nvidia like no lag thing I forget what it's called. However, the input delay and the motion smoothing, that's what that CRT Beam simulator is. So dude, in comparison to the Steam Deck, okay, this is why I'm saying it's better than the Steam Deck, okay? Steam Deck, you're playing games at 720p, man. This offers that. Game native and game hub, okay? On top of that, when NVIDIA, okay, because this is going to happen, you know it, I know it, anybody that has even like looked at anything in the tech space on the market throughout the past, 5 years now, okay? Prices go up. Things get scalped when they become more valuable, okay? When NVIDIA releases their ARM chip, which they are doing, these things are going to skyrocket, okay? And the reason they're going to skyrocket is because this CPU is now going to be able to compete with a $1,250 Steam Deck, okay? Or something else that comes out. So what's going to happen is, so let's say you get the 8 gigabyte version. Okay, so it's $200, it's $300 now because you do have to pay $40 for shipping. So $300, I'm willing to bet you $1,000 this thing doubles in price. $600 when NVIDIA releases their ARM chip, okay? Because it's going to happen. They're releasing their ARM chip. And when NVIDIA releases their ARM chip, game developers, these PC applications, everything, they're not going to have to figure it all out on their own. They're actually going to be supporting it. And if game native and I guess technically it's an official application. However, it's not like officially designed by Snapdragon or Qualcomm. It's not officially designed, which I'm pretty sure NVIDIA is. Let me actually do this. Is NVIDIA partnering with Qualcomm for their ARM chip? Boom. I just typed like an absolute beast. NVIDIA are not partnering for Windows consumer laptops. Instead, they are direct competitors in the PC market. However, they do have an active partnership to integrate their technologies for heavy-duty AI servers. I'm talking about NVIDIA's soon-to-release ARM chip, CPU/GPU, Android chip. I don't know. I had to repeat that twice. Frick you. Get out of here. Copy and paste. How many of you have to experience it? NVIDIA is not building an Android chip, nor are they partnering with Qualcomm. Their upcoming consumer ARM chip is exclusively for Windows PCs and laptops. No shit. You're dumb. The industry confusion comes from a different partnership. NVIDIA has teamed up with MediaTek is what I was thinking. So Qualcomm's chief rival, but to build this new processor, which is officially named the RTX. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. So internally known during development as the N1, and then the reality of NVIDIA's new ARM chip, not for mobile/Android. Yes, I get that. Stop being dumb. Okay, so if we come back here, the specs, it combines an ARM-based 20-core Grace CPU with a built-in heavy hitter, a Blackwell-based RTX GPU packing all this stuff in this. You're all right. And that is a massive mistake. I completely misread your focus. You're so dumb, eh? I'm so much more of a super mega ultra genius than you. The strategy MediaTek is Qualcomm's biggest rival in the Android space, but partnering with MediaTek, NVIDIA is trying to bypass Qualcomm entirely to break into premium smartphones and handhelds. Thank you for not being stupid. Qualcomm is strictly a competitor here. They rely on their own internal graphics. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for now not being dumb. NVIDIA will be competing with Qualcomm in the future, correct? Not just Intel and AMD. Wait, why am I dumb right now? Hold on. Yes, that is exactly right. NVIDIA is heading toward, okay, so there you go. I don't know why AI is, they're out of date and they're stupid. I'm the super mega ultra genius. I'm smarter than AI. At least Google's dumb AI that freaking always tells you dumb stuff. So here you go. So the reason I'm showing you this, man, is because I really need people to understand, like I'm actually being serious. Anybody that has looked at anything in the tech space throughout the past, 5 years? What happens the moment something becomes valuable? What, really think about that. And it's actually been 6, right? When was COVID? Because COVID is when this started. Because everybody was home on the internet scalping and reselling everything so they could make money because their jobs were no longer existing. Right? So it's been like 5 or 6 years. Like I'm actually being serious. So PS5 comes out, supposed to be $400. Boom, can't get it for under $1,500. 4080 comes out, supposed to be $1,000. Boom, can't get it under $2,000. This is still a thing, dude. This is like an NVMe that was like $50 is now $200. 32 gigabytes, 64 gigabytes, 128 gigabytes if you're an absolute balling boss. Okay, 64 gigabytes of RAM used to be $200. It is now $900. Depending on the type you get. Some of it goes up to $1,300. Okay. So I'm saying this because I don't want people to like continue to wait. And I call it common sense, man. It's been a long time. Hopefully you read all that. So anyways, I don't really know why I was going down that rabbit hole. I forget where I was going. And I forget what I explained. So put simply, dude, 1, PC games, indie games, retro games, 2D games, smaller 3D games like Crash Bandicoot as an example, but technically that's like 2.5D, right? Or whatever. You get my point. Not Cyberpunk 2077 games, not Battlefield games, not this game. Plus, you get the benefit of Android, which you can go ahead and call me a scrub all you want, dude, but I love Android because you got figure it out games. And some people say that is not even a game genre, but it's called puzzle game, which is the dumb way to describe them games. The superior way to describe games is figure it out games, like Geometry Dash. You figure it out. You die over and over and over again until you figure it out. That's a figure it out game. What's another one? Super Meat Boy. You figure it out. You die over and over and over again until you figure it out. Tell me I'm wrong. Should they not be labeled a figure it out game? If it's not, I'm just being real. So you have the benefit of PC. You got the benefit, to be fair, emulation on Windows handhelds anyway, and you can do that on Steam Deck, but $250, $1,250. And let's be fair, dude, you can't even get a Steam Deck for its MSRP, even with the price increase. Okay, here you go. Of course, June. So last month, it was the price that I literally just told you, and then apparently just because I wanted to make a video today, it decided to drop to make me look stupid. Okay? I'm a super mega ultra genius. I know what I'm talking about. It was just stupid and made me look stupid for some reason. So anyways, the reason I'm explaining all this stuff, and I'm actually going to shut up now. PC games going to run perfectly fine, dude. And I'm talking 1080p, 120 hertz. You're literally going to see footage on screen, okay? Switch emulation, no breeze. Doesn't matter. It depends on the GPU driver. It'll tell you to install, recommends this driver for the emulator, but there's new versions of that driver, and the emulator itself just hasn't updated its recommended driver. But if you install the new version of the driver that it recommends you install, it's going to run everything perfectly fine because there's different GPU drivers for different games on the Nintendo Switch. PS2 is going to be a breeze. You're going to be able to use widescreen, everything, dude. Every single emulator is going to run perfectly fine. You're not going to have to mess with settings. The only settings you're going to have to mess with is upscaling it. You're not going to have to lower the settings, okay? I'm not going to lie, man. I've been using these things for a while, okay? And I still don't really like Android. It's kind of annoying, okay? But one thing that I did start doing, or I did do, is I reset the way you swipe it. Okay, I'm swiped. So like, ready? Watch this. See that little thing? And then I hit, really? Okay, well, I actually did it. So then it goes here and you boom, close it out. Whereas before I was using like the default one where you have to come down here and like bring it over here and then it like drops like whatever in there, and it's just stupid. I don't care what you say, it's stupid. And then you have to get rid of it. But that one brings up the three little things when you come up, and then you can hit it and then swipe it away. All right, and then there's obviously settings and stuff that you're gonna have to mess with because it's different than a computer. But at least to me, man, I genuinely cannot recommend that thing enough. You don't need anything else. If you can find the 8 gigabyte, which AliExpress does have the 8 gigabyte version, but you are going to be paying whatever, $80 premium, which, listen, no disrespect, you do whatever you want. I'm not some like super financial guru, okay? But if you're going to be spending $300 on something and $80 is like meaningful to you, you probably shouldn't be buying the thing that cost you $300. I'm just pointing that out. I'm not trying to like offend anybody. Okay. I'm just pointing out if $80 is a meaningful amount of money, it's $80. Okay. If that is a meaningful amount of money and you're buying something that costs $300, which is 4 times the amount, you probably shouldn't be buying the thing that's 4 times the amount. Just pointing that out. Okay. So yeah. Recommend it, dude. I know this wasn't like some scripted tech review. I'm sorry that I'm just a human being that's sharing things they like. I'm so sorry that I don't take brand deals and sponsorships. I'm so sorry that I buy things. I'm so sorry that I don't read you a spec sheet that I'm told to read you. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.